Hi everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Therapy. All my members that have joined me this month in my first go at it. So we're talking these past couple of weeks about meal mapping, meal planning, and this week we're talking a little bit more about what's for dinner. That seems to be a question that we ask ourselves a lot. If you're me, at least, I ask myself that question a lot. So I thought that we would continue this theme of vegetables, and I'm getting ready to go somewhere, so I thought I'd just kind of share this as I share my thoughts about meal mapping and what's for dinner. How can we do that a little bit differently and show up a little bit differently? And I think one of the number one things that you can do, and what I challenge each and every one of you to do, is take a week or 2 weeks. And I got this from Laura Vanderkamp, and she is a wonderful author. But she talks about how we spend our time. And she has a tracker, and I'll put that on here so you guys all have that reference. But I invite all of you to track your time and see what you do from the time you get up until you go to bed, to really get a sense of really truly how you're spending your time with TV or electronics or things that you may not want to be doing. How are you spending your time? And getting really truthful with yourself about how you're doing that. And really making some of this a little less complicated and actually taking the time and breaking it up a little bit to make it not so difficult. You know, psychologically, I've said this over and over again, but I really think in the morning, already knowing kind of what you're gonna have for dinner and maybe doing 2 or 3 steps towards that, put it in a box. I put it in a container in my refrigerator to kind of have an idea what I'm gonna do, maybe cut up or have some of my things prepped already in the refrigerator. It's not perfect, and everybody does that a little bit differently, but this is a really, really yummy salad that can be reused and repurposed. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because it does help to figure out what's for dinner. So I'm taking this with me, but I'll have leftovers and I'll be able to repurpose it to use it for something else. And it's packed full of vegetables, which is our topic today. So we have artichoke hearts you can get frozen or in the can or fresh. And I put a can of artichoke hearts in, and then I have a lot of zucchini, so I put a lot of zucchini in it, just raw. And then I also put raw cucumbers in it. So I slice those up and put those in my bowl. And then tomatoes, so I have lots of great tomatoes from my garden, and so I put those in. And then I charred red bell peppers and yellow peppers in my oven at 500 for 8 minutes at the top shelf, and it just gives them a little bit of a different flavor. And I like to put those in my refrigerator with a little olive oil and garlic. And then I roasted some broccoli and red onion, which if you want to spice up your vegetables when you roast them, throw in an onion or a shallot, and then some roasted broccoli, which is brings up a good, which is the mixed grill vegetable salad. It kind of pulls it all together. And then I blanched asparagus and also broccoli. So I blanched those 2 things and had them in my refrigerator. So I just cut them up and put them in. So that was really easy. And then I made my dressing, which was 1/4 cup of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, and then 1/2 lemon juiced, which if you need a kitchen essential, having a citrus juicer is wonderful. And then I took some fresh basil out of my garden and chopped it up and put it on top, and I'm gonna mix that all around. But think about, and here's some feta cheese too, if you want to add to that. Think about how would you want to repurpose that. So you could make chicken or steak and just have it as a side. You also could stir fry, so maybe I don't put this dressing on it, but maybe instead I do a little coconut oil, put in my vegetables, maybe my meat first, so I could do chicken or scallops or any type that I think would be good. If you're vegetarian, you could choose something else like tofu or tempeh, but I would love to repurpose that as a stir fry that wouldn't take that long because a lot of these things are cooked. And then I would add in a little coconut amino and maybe some garlic. That would be my 2 added things. I also like adding to the salad some dulse flakes, which are sea vegetables, which add a lot of nutrients. So repurposing and reusing this for leftovers, I just keep the dressing to the side, and then I'm going to be taking this with me in just a second. So I'm going to put the lid on this and then clean up my mess, and there you go. So it's just about, how do I want to spend my time today? You know, do I want to spend an hour in the kitchen cleaning, making food? At the end of the day, if I work, are the kids, do we have to run around? So it's really about looking at the whole picture. I kind of think about it like a drone looking down at everything and kind of trying to navigate all of that and figuring out what is the simplest way that I can go forward. So I hope you go forward in an easier way this week. And my goal for this membership is just to inspire people in the kitchen and to open that up, and helps me inspire myself. So coming up with new ways and new things, and I always welcome you to share with me. So have a great day.